So Michal, tell us who you are and what do you do?
Michal Eitan, I'm the head of the Master Program in Design at Bezalel Academy of Art and Design in Jerusalem. And at our program we have three different programs. Design, Design Management, and Design and Technology. And Design and Technology is pretty new. We are just now, our first students are graduating this year, and we believe that's the future of design.
Michal, tell us, why do you believe putting design and technology together is the future of design?
Well, we look at the new technology that's emerging right now, and we look at the fact that every product is not a product by itself, but a technology platform. And we see that you cannot design a chair and then add sensor to it. You cannot design a bracelet and then put a sensor that will do the quantified self stuff. We do need now people that will work together from the very beginning and design a chair that the sensor embedded in it. And designers should be part of the technology thinking process. Very important part of the design process is empathy to the user and trying to understand the needs, trying to come from the user side and meet the technology that emerge from the other side. So I believe designers will have a very important role in tomorrow or even today world. It's not tomorrow anymore, it's here.
In today's changing world, digitally enhanced, how do you see that the design process has changed?
You can see that designer is not making nice stuff anymore. Well, they do make nice stuff, and I think it's important, that it will always be important. But rather thinking about the whole process of making the stuff and how it's going to evolve to something that is going to work. Designer also think about service product systems. It's not enough to design, let's say, bicycle that you rent on the streets. You need to think about the whole system, about from the minute you decide to take the bicycle, what are you going to see at your phone or tablet or computer at home? How are we going to take it? How are you going to design the bike that will be strong enough and to take, to use as a rental bike as compared to regular bike? And how are you going to return it?
So it's almost like there's a beginning, a middle, and an after to a product.
The product is not standing by itself. If you look at the innovation that we saw at Netexplo, the winners of Netexplo, you can look at each one of them and say, okay, it's not only a product. You need to design the product, let's say the SIO product. And especially now when you look at all the products that collect data. You look at so many products that collect all kind of data, information about yourself, about the environment, about everything. What are you going to do with the data?
How can you best integrate the end user in the process of design?
Using the user inputs in the designing process or at the thinking process is the best or maybe the strongest merit of designers. It's not linear. It's a circular process that you go again and again and again until you find the right way. Usually with science people, with technology people, you start with an assumption and you really want it to succeed. You really want this assumption to be the right one. So you do everything you can to get this linear process and to get to the end. Designer thinks differently. Designer think more circular, more again and again, get wrong again. You can get wrong many times in the process, and that's the right process.
So Michal, I'd like you to tell us about a specific case where you could come up with, and tell us about how you integrated the end user into the process of design.
Let me go to one of the classes that we do, a collaboration with a school of disabled kids. What the students did, they went, each student engaged with one kid with different disabilities. Each one got one disability, and the idea was to take and find technology that will improve this kid's life. It wasn't like, okay, we found a solution to how to make this kid walk better, and we sit in the lab, but rather be with the kids, try to do it, look for technologies that exist, and I believe that we have all the technology needed. We just need to put them together with a real need. And the way we work is like being with the kids, going back to the lab, going back to the kids, and this is something that happened all the semester until you get the end results. And next week we're going to see it. I know what's going to happen, but next week we're going to see the end results with the kids and with the designers.
How do you make the distinction when you involve the end user in the process from just giving them what they want as opposed to maybe providing them what they need?
I don't think we get the ideas from the users. We just get the needs. We see what they need. We find the pain. Sometimes it's a real pain. Sometimes it's something that needs to be better. And going from there, we believe designers have, some kind of innovative thinking. But we don't ask them what they need. We see what they need. We watch them. We talk to them. We do all kind of design research that help us to understand what's going on. And then we go try to come up with a new solution and going back to show them.
Listening to you, Michal, I get the feeling that we should all be a little bit designer.
Yes, I think we should. And we teach in my program, we have 3 different type of programs for designers. And you see that the design thinking, that the method of design thinking is really helping managers and helping technology people. And we have students from all kinds of backgrounds. We have social sciences, and we have humanities, and we have engineers and technology people and science background.
With so much complexity and choice out there, how do you actually come up with a simple solution?
The way it works is we start with, taking it to the widest angle possible and put it on the wall. You can take the post-it notes and try to start playing with it. And you decide, okay, now we take few options away and we stayed with that. But these options are not going away to the garbage. They are staying there. We try something. It's working. We continue to make it narrow choice and find the right solution. If not, we go back. We go back to the first stage. We do another combination of technologies, another combination of human behaviors. Try it again until we get to the right solution. So it's trial and error process. Sometimes this combination works, sometimes another combination works.
How do you go about enhancing teamwork and collaboration?
We have half of the group are designers and half of the group are technology people, and they work in pairs. And we understand that in 2 years of master program, you cannot teach a designer to be a programmer or engineer, and you can teach an engineer to be a designer. But what we do is that letting each group learn the language of the other one. Let them, each pair, work together and understand the language of the other group. And I think, in general, you need to learn all kinds of languages in order to succeed in this world. Because we all, managers has its own language with its own phrases and everything they need to know. Engineers has its own, and sometimes we speak the same word and mean totally different stuff. So what we're trying to do in the program of design technology is let designers talk with technology people from the very beginning and understand how can each contribute to the final dish. But we also look at taking the design and technology people and let them work with managers, let them work with designers who do mostly design research and probably work on design and art and design, very figurative design. Industrial design graduates come and each one of them go to a different program. When we put them together, each one thinks different. And they think differently. When you put them together, you see the benefit of interdisciplinary group that work together.
From a business standpoint, I'm thinking of the typical business-minded, financially oriented kind of person and the environments that we have in business. What kind of advice might you have or thoughts might you have about helping to integrate designers and technologists better into business to allow for a better, more fluid design process?
Well, I believe in general that a business environment can really benefit from people who think differently, because that's the most important things today, to have people who think differently, who think innovation. I don't think you can get innovation from thinking the same way and being with the same people. And you can see when you get different people, you get sometimes people, they think totally different, and they look at the same problem and they have different solution. It can be very beneficial for a company to take a designer, not to do aesthetic logo or aesthetic chair, but thinking about processes and finding new solution and being at the product development groups.
How important is the design on the inside, that part which is hidden from the user?
Why going into design, like why going into this area, is that you think about the importance of the design of the product from all the life cycle of the product. And you say, wow, designers has the most responsibility for the product in general. And when you look for, let's say, cellular phones, you usually, in general, use cell phone for, let's say, 6 to 9 months in general, and you rechange it and you throw it away. There are so many rare metals inside the phone that are needed. And today, what we do in the Western world, we just put them on the ship and take it to Africa, to China. We make horrible things to the people there and to the environment there and to the way they live there. And you think about a designer that can design the way the cell phone, inside the cell phone is designed, that will make you able to open it and take what's needed for another use, or make it ready for disassembly. And you don't see it in products now. I think it's a very important role of designers in the coming year, thinking about what are we going to do when resources are going to end. The only place we can find these metals will be in used cell phones that we just throw away. So designers will have a role to think about the products after we finish to use it, because these products never go away. They are staying with us, and trying to think, what are we going to do with this product after the end of life?
Stay on the inside of the product. How important is the aesthetics on the inside of the product important in a designer's mind?
We look at the product, at the whole system of the product as a process of, usability. It's not only how it looks, but how you can use it, and when you open it to take care of it, when you open it to change it, when you open it to throw it away. So the way it's designed on the inside, it should be beautiful because we are going to look inside. Somebody is going to look inside, and it needs to be very usable and easy to use and understandable, because we will need to go back to the inside and see what can we do with it.
Where I go with that thought, Michal, is it also makes the designers proud, because that's something they've worked on, and while the CEO may not see it, sometimes it's really important for them to have another level of pride that can be expressed in the finition, that even though it's not seen by the end user, that the ability to say, I signed this one, this has got my design imprint on it. How important is that?
I think it's a competitive edge for every product that to be complete. You can use it as a competitive edge and say, we do it, we designed it from inside and outside, and we know exactly how it's going to work, and it's going to be easy for everybody, not for the one who goes to the shop, but also for the one that's going to take care of it when it's broke. And thinking about the whole system again. And system thinking is something that is very, very important today in design.
How do you best foster creativity in business?
So I think Israel is a great laboratory for that, because we have the whole ecosystem of innovation in a very close area. And we have startups, we have corporation, we have development labs of the big corporation, the big international corporation. And we have all kind of solutions and way of thinking about innovation. Like you can have an accelerator, you can have an incubator, you can look at inside accelerators, or you go to a university and have some kind of collaboration with a university and innovation thinking university. I think innovation needs to have a full ecosystem in order to foster. And when you have all the components, you can choose whatever is right for you. We work with the kitchen appliances company this year, and we thought what kind of innovation process will work for them. And we show them you can have a group of designers and technology people, and everybody sit and meet every week and try to think. You can work with all the employees in the company, because from there you can get very, very innovative ideas, because they know, all the employees, not the people who has innovation manager on their card. I think, the culture of the company, it is very, very important to see what will work with the company and what's not going to work ever. So I think it's, again, trial and error, prototyping it, see if it can work, see what can you do in order to get the ideas. And I have many ideas. I woke up in the middle of the night and I have many, many ideas. Idea is not enough. You have a long process after the idea in order to make it happen and in order to make it right for specific organization.